see here 3 tombstones. These date to the late 13th, early 14th century. The one with the cross, we'll head across, probably of a priest on the left. In the centre is a very important one, a small coped coffin lid. On the right hand side of it, it has a sword. Now the sword is the type that William Wallace would have used. It is what they call originally a tri-lobed sword, and the design came from Northern Europe, from the Viking world originally. Wallace never used the sword which they have in Stirling, which was totally impractical and is totally of the wrong date. Yeah. It was found at Stirling, it was found at Dumbarton Castle, and was a type of sword used to defend the battlements of a castle, but it only dates to the 15th century. In the film Braveheart, a sword like that could never have been used on horseback. You would have been dead by the time you used it, because an archer would have shot you. A small sword was fine to be used by a knight, but not a sword which is about 6 feet long. It is totally nonsense. Unfortunately, still experts believe that it is of Wallace's time, principally because they know nothing about medieval arms and armour. Having studied medieval arms and armour since I was a teenager, I feel well qualified to tell people whether the Wallace sword is original or not, and it isn't. Because I was a member for many years of the Arms and Armour Society, and also I'm still a member of the Monumental Brass Society, which means that I study the equipment of the knights of the Middle Ages, so I do have a good knowledge. The proof of this is in William Oakeshot's book on arms and armour, which is still, despite the fact it was written 40 years ago, one of the great standard works on medieval weapons. But it seems that the bow was one of Wallace's main weapons, according to Blind Harry. The bow is a very effective weapon, and indeed the most deadly weapon, as the French were to find out at the Battle of Agincourt. A skilled archer can fire in the space of 1 minute 10 arrows, and the arrows, even in the time of William Wallace, were designed, some were designed to penetrate armour, some were designed to kill horses. These were a very effective weapon. The area round about here is more ideally suited for archery, because in the Middle Ages there was the forest of Lanark. Now the bow is a deadly weapon, a long distance weapon, and believe it or not was still in use in the Second World War by commandos in the form of the crossbow to kill people. It's silent and deadly.